sounds was literally me staring into your soul. So what it would look like is, you know, like this. It would be this, but behind it would be a video of me just. Yes, Monday. Also, chat. I didn't realize. Thank you also, Qui-Gon. That's okay, I'll probably just get shot over it anyway. Fractal! The roll of shame. Oh. Always losing characters. Knocking the doors too. All for us. Why are we always losing our people? How much more depressing can this game get? Notice on. Why do? Before I jump into that there teleportery, portally thing, I am going to be right back just a moment. I need to do some medical stuff. My congestion is already trying to get the better of me. So, I'll be right back just a moment. So, but thank you so much, again, to whatever anonymous person or persons today gifted those subs. Because it may have been more than one person. But, I have a feeling it was... But I got so much on this Tommy gun, it makes up for it. Ooh, yes, I needed that.
You need a second scope, maybe? Or yeah.
No,
I can give you
my
right
Tommy
now.
gun. My Tommy gun is doesn't take scope. I had a level 2 backpack the whole time. What? Sometimes.
Now what I'm supposed to do? B? Why it said B?
First death chat. You didn't read the thing. It said B to drop.
I thought it was telling me to drop. I thought that's what.
No, it said
so I have to do this all over again?
Yep. So you can't click for some reason? That's weird. Hit one time. You may need to refresh, Jen. Just sure it's dressed funny. Would you yourselves trying to suck face underwater thinking that we were gonna be getting air from each other? Kids nowadays don't even know what science is. Sitting here trying to get carbon dioxide poisoning from the sucking of the other face, thinking that you're actually getting an oxygen tank, but you're actually getting a poison tank. Back in my day, on the suck face, you want to go down, you go up. You'd have to climb up to the highest mountain, to the tallest peak. And even then, whenever the air was the thinnest you could possibly get, then you would worry about using the other person as the oxygen tank. But even then, because the air was thin, you had to worry about getting carbon dioxide poisoning too. But you can at least pull away for a second and get some air. Somebody clip that. I want that sound. A little doo-doo. Please. Now, we save. We'll do it again. We'll get one of them. Hopefully, actually one of them.
Good afternoon, Talos. Join us in congratulating Dr. Lorenzo Calvino, winner of the Employee Innovation Award this quarter.
What is up, my people? Tell me about your lives. Tell me about your triumphs and your struggles. Tell me some good things, Chad. What is up? We are back with what's probably going to be a very, very short stream. Because the things that I have in mind for us to do for the idle game today are fairly simple. Fairly. Unless the CSS within the actual overlay of the thing gives us trouble, but we'll see. And to be fair, I am kind of tired. I think I streamed like, what, 8 hours yesterday? Let me check. Nope, yesterday's stream was 7 hours and 14 minutes. Considering that my usual streams are around 4 hours, I'd say I'd put in close to double time. Yeah, my brain and energy levels are not used to that. So, Skull, what is up, my dude? Tell me all the things. So, here's the two main things that we're gonna do today. First, we are going to implement repeatable upgrades. Okay? Meaning that there are certain upgrades that will, as soon as you purchase them, they will immediately be available again. Some of them being at higher cost, and some of them potentially not. Reason I want this is because those particular upgrades will impact, like, more so the idle game itself. So, for example, the plus 1% cheese per message upgrade, I want that to be repeatable, but every time you buy it, the price of it goes up, so that as the amount of cheese that you gain increases, it's not going to be easier and easier for you to buy it. It's going to stay somewhat increasingly difficult for you to get it. And then be, reasonable for you to consider, like, okay, is this something that I want to get now, or do I want to save for one of the bigger upgrades that then requires some form of vote, or, something like that? And the other thing I want to do is upgrade or manage the how the overlay part of it works, so that whenever you see it, it won't matter like what game I'm playing or whatever. Like it'll show the idle game as like a transparent overlay over whatever I'm doing. And I can have that as like a randomized thing that shows up in place of the clip reel whenever I go to do my medical stuff. So both of those things will still exist, but whenever I hit the button to BRB, it will randomly select either the idle game or the clip reel. So we can, reasonably have both of those. And so, like, say if I'm, like, flying, like, doing a 5 or 10 minute flight in Star Citizen and I need to BRB to do some medical stuff, I can hit the button and you might have a transparent overlay of the idle game. And you can still see me flying in the background. Or you might get the regular old flip reel. I think both of those things are good enough to have for, a BRB stream. But I want to give them both like a fair shot at being shown, which is why I will randomize it. Yeah, so I don't know how long those two things are going to take. Part of me thinks that they're going to be really, really quick. In which case, this stream will be really, really quick. Or if energy allows, I might throw in some other ideas that, we talked about over other previous streams. But yeah, still feeling sleepy. Why so sleepy? Okay, so I suppose the first thing that we can do is throw up the repeatable upgrades logic, because that's probably gonna be the quickest. So let's see, if upgrades not found, meh, okay. Okay. Can we assume for a minute that I'm not gonna have... Okay, never mind. Here's what we're gonna do. No, here's not what we're gonna do. I was gonna say, if we have a vote, we could have it go as well. I was trying to not repeat myself in two different sections of the code, but it's okay. I can just do it twice, because the way that the logic is going, if the vote goes through, I'll have to do it after the vote Otherwise, I have to do it immediately, so a timing thing is involved. Old man energy today. I feel that. Also, can we acknowledge really quick? I know you can't see it, but can we acknowledge really quick that my GPU is running at 50-ish% on just streaming? What's going on here? It was my CPU, now it's my GPU. Why? That makes no sense. What GPU I have? I have a 4070 Ti. This thing should have no issues whatsoever. Let me turn off RTX voice, see what happens. So, turn off RTX voice. And it dropped roughly 15%, and it's still dropping, but it shouldn't be taking this much just streaming. What if I need to just format my computer? There's so many strange things going on. It's likely an OBS issue? Yeah, but why would it be doing it today and not yesterday? I guess I'll just leave RTX voice off for today. Also, kind of random, this morning I woke up and before I could even do anything, I glanced over at my third screen. I keep my task manager up on my third screen all the time now. I glanced over at my third screen and I noticed that I was sitting at 100% RAM usage. It was just idling, and I was sitting at 100% RAM usage. Mind you, I've got 128 gigs of RAM. I bought this thing before the RAM hikes 3 years ago. I checked what process was using all the RAM and it would not show me. So, what in the world? I don't understand. Why was all of my RAM being used? That makes no sense. Which did kind of make me wonder something about, crypto mining. Like, do I have something on my system that I don't know how I got there? That's mining crypto using my monster computer. In which case, what else does it have access to? Which is rather alarming. GB, you, sir, are wonderful, extremely precious, and loved beyond measure, sir. How you doing, GB? Also, GPU usage has dropped by around 30% now, so that's nice. Which, why was it being done like that anyway? Anyway, let's... Guess what? You managed to find a penguin that somehow crossed from one of the poles to where you are and he had a wizard hat. And he was like, "Yo, dog, I got a quest for you. What you've been doing this whole time has been the side quest. I got the main quest for you. Follow me." And he brought you back across the ocean to his cave at one of the poles because, he was like able to grow bigger and let you just hang out on his back, and he's really fast. And in his cave, he has this like portal, right? And the portal goes to some other, it's like a Stargate, right? And it brings you to this place that whenever you go through, you find out that that's actually where you're from. And your parents has been looking for you for the past 50 years, and all of the people there live to be over 9,000, and you're one of them. And they somehow managed to find your location and send this thing that looks like a penguin to go and find you. And you're coming to tell us that you're going back home to be with your people. But they somehow have internet that can reach here so you can still catch streams. And you're gonna send us vlogs and pictures of what it's like on this world. And they have cheeses that don't exist here, and they're way better than what we have here, and you're gonna find my address and send me some. Did I get it? Any of it? Computer, clip that.
I clipped the thing.
Oh, so I got it. Nice. So, how far is the planet from here? You got the part where the penguin told you to tell me that I'm cool? I think he was talking to you about you, though. So maybe you, misheard the message? Maybe? Because, you're the cool one here? Yeah, just saying. Okay. But no, seriously, GB, what you got, sir? Okay. So I think before we splice the upgrade out of the available upgrades, we will... No, can't do that. Or can we? We'll have to do it twice. It's okay. Yeah, okay. Or not. Okay, wait. Const. Repeated upgrade. Equals. Let's see. Yo, Yapasama. I just realized I have the wrong chat or the wrong YouTube chat going. So it's not going to show up on the screen or in the bot. I have to pull this to the other channel. So here's what I'm going to do. Gonna finish this line that I was on. Unacceptable. I can see you on my other chat, which means it's a good thing that I have my other chat pulled up. But I can do it now for some. Sorry, you're not collecting cheese right this second. I will fix it post haste. Title game state. Available upgrades. Add I. Dot. Repeats. If it repeats, then it's the idle game state dot available upgrades at I. Yes. Otherwise, right, no. Otherwise, it's just null. And we need this to be a new object, so we're going to spread it. But yeah, how you doing? Yapasama. What's good, my dude? Okay. Yeah, nice. Okay. Chat, do not be alarmed. I am not ending the stream. Because I have to use this command in order to restart the bot. Boop. And then, oops. Boop. And now I can reconnect the YouTube chat. Give it a minute. So the question still is, what kind of alarms are we doing? Are we doing the original Enterprise red alert sounds? Are we doing the Enterprise D? The Defiant, perhaps? Some other franchise of ship? Yeah, the red alert sounds at work? No, really? Everything's okay? Okay. YouTube chat is actually connected this time. Yamasama, you may be seen and heard by all. And as well as anybody else in the YouTube chat. I need to make it to where that will go regardless of what channel I'm on. There you are. And you're also collecting cheese again. A program they used called the green button. When it's pressed, it makes the red alert noise on all computers and it shows a location. Why would they make a green button and give the red alert? It seems rather counterintuitive, does it not? Okay. Here we go. So, GPU usage is going back up again. I don't understand. Turns red when pressed. Who knows? It's a great scam for medical money. I guess. That just feels stressful. If title game states that yes, if repeated upgrades does not equal null. Okay, does not equal null. Then we first check if the price increases are a thing. So if repeated upgrade dot click cost increase. So if that exists, then let's see. Did that do the thing? Repeated upgrade click cost equals the click cost plus the click cost increase. I hate it when the AI figures out exactly what I want. That's rather concerning. Okay. So like what kind of scenarios warrant pressing the button? Harm to self for others or imminent harm to yourself or others. So is that like a all hands on deck kind of scenario? Like what happens when you get such an alert. Yeah. Okay, so, geez. How often does that happen? Bi-weekly? Goodness gracious. Ascension cost, ascension cost. Increase? Yes. Here we go. So now, right, so now we need to push the available upgrade, or push the repeated upgrade back into the available upgrades. Then, we need to sort it. Okay. So, I copied a thing from another code base that I have. I wonder if this will do. Boop. Okay, so it's not by name. It's click cost. Why is it minus? Okay, so I guess I'll trust it on this one because I'm not sure if it's going. Well, hold on. I need to understand this. To Google I go. Please hold. The representative will be with you shortly. Please stay on the line. Value. Let's see. So why though? Let's sort of JSON array by value. Sort function. Trying to find where what I'm doing is. JavaScript array sort. Here we go. Sorting objects. Okay. Objects have properties of different data types. A sort method can be used to sort the array. So this one is to write a compare function to compare the property values. Varying string properties. So the more complex. Okay, so suppose I can show you what I'm looking at. What W3 schools shows. Never had to do this by the numbers array. Or not a numbers array, you know, like numbers is the primary key. I usually have to do it by strings. So if I'm sorting by numbers, in this case the year, what it says to do is to check the first year minus the second year in order to get years in, I think, ascending order, which if we try it, it goes least to greatest. Now, what happens if we switch this to a plus? It goes the other way. No, it doesn't sort it at all. So we do. I'd like to understand why this works, is the thing. Also, check, call me crazy. Is my head chopped off? In the camera? Kinda hard to tell. Right click. I'm kinda chopped off. I should fix that. I put the preview on my main screen while it's displaying, and now we have infinite mouse trail. That's fun. Cancel. Okay, so then I would go the other way around if I wanted to do descending. But we want to do ascending, so yes, it's minus, okay. So numbers is first value minus second value. Which means I have one program. Yeah, that's the same thing for solitaire. I don't think it still does that for solitaire, does it? Okay, so greatly disappointed if it doesn't. Should we hurry up and go, win a game of solitaire and find out? Okay. Fletchos minus B is ascending, and then B minus A is descending. Okay, so we want ascending. So, this should be it. And then we do the same thing for if the vote passes. Okay, so this is if it does not require a vote. This is if it requires a vote. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Yep, and then do this, and then we grab the repeated upgrade again here. Okay. Be repeated. Oh wait, no, not there. The repeated upgrade goes here. Okay. Now, that should be repeated upgrades. The operative word being should. Should. Also, I'm kind of surprised nobody's triggered the bonus yet for the 5x bonus. I think it's a really low number, something like 21 or so. I'd have to check if I wanted to tell you the exact, but it's really low. Okay. So we have, if the vote wins, we check for the repeated upgrade. And if the repeated upgrade is not null, then we do all the things. Then we have the idle game state refreshed. Same thing here. If we have a repeated upgrade. Very, very good. So, I suppose the next thing to do would be to try it out. But first, let me take a selfie. I mean, let me do a thing. Let's see. We want the background color to be transparent. We also want this to be transparent. Now, if I were to scroll down here and turn on the wait. The formatting looks okay, though. Okay, don't like this. What if, while we're here... Okay, this is kind of what I had in mind, though. The transparent overlay for the idle game. So what if... instead, I can just quickly do the CSS while we're here. Better yet, no. Let's restart the bot first. So, don't be alarmed, I'm gonna turn off the bot again, which means I will lose visibility of the YouTube chat for just a moment. I shouldn't say a moment. Well, actually, it's about a moment. Because it takes roughly a minute for the YouTube chat to reconnect, and a moment is technically, if you wanted to know, 90 seconds. Okay. So within a minute-ish, the YouTube chat will return as visible on the screen. So yeah, chat, how was y'all's day today? What'd y'all get up to? Tell me about stuff and things. I require details. It's waiting for the YouTube chat. YouTube chat is connected. Y'all are now seen and heard again. How do we play? You're playing right now. Everyone's playing right now. Because as you're chatting, you are collecting cheese. I know you can't see it too great because I'm working on the overlay, but give me a second. And I will have this visible for you. But how you doing, Cohen? How are all the things? Okay, the upgrades container. We need to have background color. RGBA. Yes. And then the color needs to be silver. I'm doing good though, Cohen. Kind of a low-ish energy day today. Did you get to work on anything interesting or enjoyable today? Wait, I wonder if that... Did that do the thing? No. Okay. Upgrades, yes. You are indeed making idle cheese right now. You'll actually be able to see it momentarily. What have I been up to? Not much, honestly. Instructions. Okay. Instructions. Boop. Okay, now I need to have the cheese counter itself show up as a reasonable color. Idle game HTML. Let's see. Tray container. Really, why don't I just have the grid container? Oh, how about this? What if I do this? ID. Let's see. Let's call this the game container. Okay. And then get rid of this. And then we do the game container. Boop. 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 And then we boom. Boom. So now you can see all chats on the left, the game itself in the middle, and then the upgrades with how to purchase them on the right. So, if any of you chat, so Cohen, if you want to try doing a chat, for example, whenever you press enter on your chat, be looking at the screen, and you'll see that the number above the cheese goes up. So, that's how this game works. And I want to do a bit of work on how the upgrades look. So I want to make it a little clearer what you need to type in order to purchase an upgrade. So this is what I have in mind. So style, we want the color to be yellow. that should do that. So whenever I turn this on, it should be a little more obvious. Right click. Yeah, so it should be a little more obvious now. Oh, nice. You got the morning stream. So, okay, I didn't realize that you had tokens. And you just proved that repeatable upgrades actually work. Okay, so, Cohen, I cannot promise when you'll get your morning stream, but I will do it as soon as possible. That's why the upgrade itself on the description says soon TM. I need to figure out when the TM is going to be. I will do that for you. So you'll notice that some upgrades require tokens, like the one you just got. So, tokens are what you get for subbing and giving bits and doing things like that. And so you gave quite a few subs a few streams back, so you had like 30 tokens. But no, you redeemed it. I'm gonna do it. Unless you want me to give your tokens back, I'm happy to do that as well. I don't want to rip you off your tokens. If you were just testing, I can give you your tokens back. Entirely up to you, or I can actually honor the redeem. Oh, I'm already out of bed. That's the thing, I'm already out of bed. For me, this is an afternoon stream. What you're watching right now is an afternoon stream. It is 6 p.m. where I am. So this is a afternoon evening stream. I'll be able to catch you do the mornings on first seat. I'll schedule one. Just so you don't get ripped off on your tokens. So it might be next week. We'll find out. We'll see. I'll let you know. But thank you for the redeem. So, no. Any kind of financial support will give you tokens, which you've done. So, algorithm may be too generous with the tokens. Not at all. So, here's the thing. Now let's try the 1% cheese. That's the thing that I want to check next. So if anybody would be so kind as to do the 1% cheese upgrade. So exclamation point upgrade 1% cheese. What I want to happen is for the that's exactly what I wanted to happen. Very good. So what it did is it moved the upgrade 1% cheese from the first one to the second one because now the 1% cheese is 5,000 cheese more than this one. So I want the I want it to be organized in ascending order by cheese price. Now, let's see. Here's what I want. Okay, so we need this to be a little tail string. To locale string and then to locale string. Okay, now if I refresh this again, the numbers should be a little easier to see. Right click. Yeah, so it gives the little commas on the prices, which, makes things a little easier to read, I think. So, very, very nice. I suppose the next thing that we need to do is try and force the chat on the left to go out of sync. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post a bunch of dots in the chat to try and force like a really long message. Okay, so this is 500 periods. And that's what I was expecting to happen. So, you can see how the format or the layout of the game is now busted. This is one of the things that I wanted to fix, because this happened the other day, or whenever we were working on this last. And if there is a sufficiently long message, then you just can't see the game anymore. So, which I think it does it even if I turn off and turn on, yeah, the overlay. See, that's what it does. So, here's what we're gonna try. I don't know if grids can go in percentages. Let's try 33%, 33%, and 33, oops, 33%. Okay, give that a second to save, and then, oh, that kind of fixed it. Okay, I don't like that. Let's instead push this to, I don't know. Let's see. 20%. 60%. And then 20%. What do we think? Does that look comfortable enough? You know, just a overall visual experience. Right click. Kinda cuts things off a bit. So, I wonder if it's gonna keep doing that, even if I just put this is a normal length. Message. It's a normal length message. So, okay, this is a message that is kinda long, but only one word to test the length limits. Okay. Okay. So this might not work. Because okay, if there's cheese is good. So if the message is like has one particular long word or big string of words, you know, it's just like long words, it's gonna cut itself off. Don't like that. We need to figure that one out. Okay, what if I instead limit the size of the chat box? Okay. What if I do that instead? So let's say the width. Say we want the width to be fixed in pixels, because the percentages seem to overflow no matter what you do. So what's 20% of 1920? Hold on. 1920 times 0.2. 384. .384 pixels. This will constrain it no matter what. Right click. Okay. Still does it. But at least we get the border back. That's nice. Let me think. Is that a thing we should account for? Here, let me just type a really long. This is a really long message that will hopefully eventually possibly maybe if everything goes right, hit the 500 character limit. I guess I'll just keep typing until it overflows or stops. I just need this thing to not overflow out of the bounding container. I'm not sure how much longer I can keep typing without it looking like nonsense. How's it going, Window Shoot? Good to see you again, my dude. How's it going? You're about to see a very long, nonsensical message from me. I'm trying to test the character limit thing on chat messages on the screen to see if it actually fits or breaks the window. How you doing, my dude? Should be nearly 500, well, 500 characters now, right? Come on, man. Just do the thing already. I've been typing an essay this whole time. Oh, there we go. Boom. So, I know it looks like I did it twice. It's something else I need to work on. That one on top is gonna stay there in just a second. But, so long as any singular word isn't ridiculously long by itself, it looks like the bounding box will stay. Like, it looks like everything will be fine. So, I don't know, chat. That looks good to me. I mean, I can work on the colors a bit. Right click. So, but yeah, render shoot. What you been up to? What you been working on? Let's also add the background color here, because we can. Put this as silver for obvious reasons. Then also put this as a silver for obvious reasons. And what are we thinking? I just realized I haven't been drinking my tea. I'm gonna have to chug the heck out of this thing. just realized something. Chat, let me check the color scheme on this for a second, chat. Right click. Actually, it's not too bad. What if I shouldn't put the color to white instead of silver? I guess we'll just run it. Oh yeah, so right under the upgrades, like the word upgrades, that looks a little tight, like it's really close. We could also add some padding on the chat and the upgrades containers to make it look a little bit cleaner. So let's see. Chat container. Padding. Let's give it like, I don't know, 8 pixels. We don't want much. And then also the same on the upgrades container. Padding 8 pixels, yes. The upgrades title. Padding bottom. Let's give that 8 pixels as well. Okay. And look at it again. Right click. So I can see it properly. Oh, much cleaner. Much, much cleaner. Thoughts? Chat? How do we think this looks as just a overall interface? Should I change the text color from silver to just white? Which really, I should probably have that whole container be background black as well. Cancel. Let's see. Game container. Okay, it already is. Let's add just a little padding. No. Sorry. Padding. 8 pixels, let's just try it. Let's change all of the silver stuff to white. No, let's keep it. one more thing. Let's change the height of this down to 170. It's not much of a difference, but we're really cutting down to pixel precision here. Right click. Boom. That's so clean. It's so clean. You know, besides the overflowing messages on the left, but I mean, what you gonna do? But that's so clean. I'm also curious. I want to see if the 1% upgrade thing. Upgrade double click? No. Sorry, key codes. That's just an example. So the upgrades are on the right over here in yellow. What are you doing, key code? Good to see you in stream today. How are ya? If you want to try the second upgrade, the upgrade 1% cheese over there on the right. Like I said, that one is just an example. The upgrades are on the right. So the way that this works, key code, is every time you type in a message, you get essentially clicks. So cheese, which is the big number you're seeing. And the upgrades that you can get are on the right. So for example, if I do, if you look on the right, upgrade 1% cheese, it should, boom, and it upgraded the cost of the cheese. Very good. So let's do it again because I can. What are you doing, key code? And there we go. So it will just keep going up by 5,000 cheese every time I buy that upgrade. So I guess to mitigate the thing we just had right there with key code, I could change the upgrade example to upgrade 1% cheese. So, which can't afford it now, but actually, I wonder if it's going to tell me if I can't afford it. Because it should. Can't afford the 1% cheese upgrade. Good. Cancel. Also, I hope y'all wanted more percentage of cheese. So I just spent all the cheese. So, I guess we can also refine or just clean up a bit of stuff here. Else, alright, can't afford the, I guess if it's found, if can afford the upgrade. How to give me save available upgrades. Auto game state. Available upgrades at I name. At least makes it look cleaner. So if that's there, okay. If it requires a vote, else. Okay. At this point, we know that we can afford it. Wait, or do we? Oh, I think we just found a potential mix-up here. So we first need to make sure that we can afford it. So... okay. Now, we need to wrap all of this if in a if can afford upgrade. Okay, now that actually would have been bad. We weren't checking if we could afford it. We were kind of being like the United States government. Too soon? Too much? Okay. If we can afford the upgrade, then... okay, otherwise, we grab this. Boop. And boop. Very good. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Upgrade. 1% cheese. Wait, let's redo this. To purchase upgrades, type the command of the command type the appropriate command in yellow on the right, on the right side of screen. Okay. Oh, still have the parenthesis. There we go. Nice. Right click. Okay, chat. What do we think? How do we like the wording of the instructions? Can I make that any clearer? Thoughts, comments, suggestions? I will sip some of my tea while y'all consider. I still have a feeling folks will get confused somehow. Cancel. Good. So, suppose next thing that I could do would be to set this up in my Stream Deck. So that whenever I press certain buttons, it just randomly chooses which thing gets done. First things first, I need to put the idle game thing in the OBS stuff. Let's see, the reactions overlay is probably where this goes. I think. Reactions overlay. This is gonna look all janky. Give me a minute. Okay, good. This is what we're looking at. Ow. Ow. Here's what I can do. So what this is, the screen you're looking at right now, there's no camera, it's just a black screen, is whenever, like that, whenever I go do my medical stuff and whatnot, this is the overlay that's on top of my overlay. If that makes any sense. So, here's what I can do. I can... Oh no, not that. Can throw this in a browser source. Where did I... Yeah, what did I call the idle game in OBS? Here it is. I just called it idle game. Okay, so there you go. Now, that's what that is. I suppose one of the next things that I should do is like make it to where you can still see this and the text at the same time. So I'm gonna have to work on this. Okay, so here we go. Now that I've got that in there, what I can do is I can come back over here so you can actually see things. And I'll also switch over to my desktop so you can see my Stream Deck setup. So what I'll do is I'll switch over to the virtual Stream Deck. And I will do this. Okay, which one is this? Text. The reactions overlay, the flip reel. Okay. So what we need right here is a random trigger. Instead of this, we need a random trigger. Stream Deck, I guess. Nope. Multi-action. Nope. Control center, no. Can I do a random action in a multi-action? I wonder. Super macro, no. Text close, open application, open hotkey website, no. Total virtual stream deck, no. Play audio, stop audio, navigation, switch profile, no. So I can only do a multi-action delay. Let me think. I wonder if I can have all of this be a singular multi-action. This is a multi-action switch. Random action. So I can't have a random action in here. Dang. Okay. What if instead I have a on and off switch? That will... Okay, what happens if I just drag one of these? Okay. OBS Studio. Source. And diarrhea. Nope. Well, you can tell how long it's been since I've actually had to set anything up in our source visibility. In a stream deck in a while. Okay, so I can only do delays from the multi-action thing here. Man, I was hoping that I would be able to do multi-actions within a random. I'm just trying to get clever here. I could instead do this as like a OBS socket thing in the bot. Right click. So for now, we'll just stick with what we've got, and I'll turn on the idle game whenever we need it. That can be something that we do another time. Let's go back to this one. Put this back over here. Okay, come back over here. Okay. So really, I've done everything I've set out to do. And it's like I said in Discord, I didn't know I'd be streaming all that long. I wanted to at least stream for a little while. So I did the things that I set out to do. I wasn't sure how long I'd be streaming anyway. And I think I'm good for today. Let me write down this stuff on my list that we can do next time. And thank you for hanging out. Still really appreciate it, my dude. You have a good sleep, alright? Jesus loves you, my dude. Okay, I'm gonna write this down as potential stuff that we can do next time. So, modify AFK screen to randomly pick between idle game and flip reel. Oh, give me a minute. Hey, Space. How you doing, sir? You have a good night as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna be heading off in a minute. So,
No.
you got that right? Computer.
What?
What? Why? I don't understand. Okay, I've done this upgrade already, or this feature already. So I can remove this from my list. So what I've got written on my list right now is implementing one-time 1000 cheese bonus. If a message contains a randomly selected word, we can do alerts in OBS when certain things happen. That's a maybe. Upgrades that are key items for other upgrades. That was Stoll's idea. And then also modifying the AFK screen to randomly pick between the idle game and the clip reel. So we have some things worked out for future streams. At least of this. But yeah, chat, I'm gonna call it. So, thank y'all so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. If there is anybody in chat that you're not currently following, and you enjoyed spending time with us today, feel free to hit that follow button if you're on Twitch, or that subscribe button if you're on YouTube to get notified of future streams. I promise I stream for those of you newer in chat. I promise I stream longer than this usually. Today's just kind of a anomaly. Usually I stream for like 4 hours at a time. So today's an anomaly. So anyway, we spend our time here hyping up Jesus as much and as often as we can. We build cool stuff with software, because I am a software engineer. And we get up to all manner of gaming shenanigans. And we'd love to have you. Lord willing, I'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central, with either some Star Citizen, or maybe some Explorer, or maybe some Elite Dangerous, maybe some of the Dark Souls 1 challenge run. I'm not sure. But we'll see. So, if no one has told you lately, chat, you are loved. You are appreciated. You're highly valuable. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Jesus loves you and wants a relationship with you. Seek him, because he's already seeking you. Repent and believe in the gospel. To repent means to recognize that you are a sinner against God and that you cannot save yourself. And then to change your mind and turn away from living life your own sinful way and turning to living life Jesus' way. And to believe, it's not so much the idea of just saying I believe something, because anybody can do that. It's more so the idea of submitting to Jesus as the Lord, the ruler, the master, and the boss of your life. The Bible says that if you do that, that the old sinful person that you are now dies, and that a new person is born that belongs to Jesus. Also means that you are no longer your own, because you've been bought with a price. So if anybody ever has questions about that or would like to have a discussion, feel free to join us on Discord. Link is in the chat. Or feel free to ask your questions during stream. I'd be happy to talk. So, till we meet again, Lord willing, tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central, with something. Y'all stay epic. Y'all have an awesome night. Peace. All day, son. All day. Y'all have a good night.